Hey, I don't normally make videos like this outside of art and animation, but I really felt the need to talk about this. Don't mind my bird in the background, it's her bedtime. Now, there's a lot of things that people actually don't understand about me, and one of which is my religion. Despite me being into the show Hell of a Bus, I am actually a Christian. So I am religious. I used to go to church every Sunday. I don't anymore. I probably should, given the situation of this video. One of the reasons why I'm making this is I'm actually a very superstitious person, and I do believe heavily in the supernatural. So we're talking demons, spirits, that sort of thing. Because if you believe in God, like I do, you definitely, you have to believe in the lower power too, like the evil and shit, Why I bring up the supernatural is because people who know me and are really close friends with me know that I am a huge horror movie fanatic. I love watching movies like The Conjuring or Insidious. The Insidious movies were actually my childhood. I used to watch those growing up. Love those movies, and especially the new Conjuring coming out. Chef's kiss, can't wait to see that. Now, if you are a huge horror movie fanatic like me, you'd know that a lot of the scary movies based off, like, for example, The Conjuring, it is based off of a true story. Which means the contents that actually happen in The Conjuring are things that happened IRL to families that this had, occurred in. And it was very heavily inspired by those families, because this shit is no joke. Hauntings actually happen to people because there are actually spirits around us IRL. We don't normally sense them or see them, but they are all over. Some of them are all around us. They don't even want to hurt us, but then there's things that have the power to make themselves known and to make themselves actually heard. And that's where it's kind of fucking scary, which is kind of why I'm bringing this situation up right now, because I have actually had a situation happen to me where I have actually experienced something and living in some place that is haunted. And I wanted to kind of explain my experience with you guys because I thought it would be cool. So back in 2019, I had a friend who offered to let me live with them because I was struggling with some family issues and I was not getting along with my parents. We had constant bickering and fighting, and I just wanted to get the hell out of there because we needed some space away from each other with how we were treating each other. So I moved into an apartment with a friend of mine, and she didn't tell me that she dealt with spiritual shits in her house. During this time, I was dating my ex that recently broke up with me in December 2024, so I'm just gonna call him Scrunchy. So at the time of this apartment that I was living in, I had my ex Scrunchy with me because at the time he was spending the night to spend time with me on the weekend. My friend Marquelle was in her room kind of doing her own thing, and I was stupid, okay? I was a dumb person. I was dumb and would laugh at really funny things. So I heard the upstairs neighbors thumping around because, it's an apartment and I'm stupid. So my brain went, whoa, they're fucking up there. So what do? I get my little ass out of fucking bed, waltz on over to my friend's room, and I tell her, I'm like, hey dude, did you hear that? The fucking neighbors are fucking... Because I'm just a dumb kid, bro. Upon asking my friend if she heard the fucking neighbors fucking, my friend actually asked me, she's like, did Scrunchy follow you out into the hallway? And I'm like, no. Why? Her eyes fucking widened and she jumped out of bed because she thought that my ex was in the hallway and followed me out there. That was not the case. So my friend was staring down the hallway with the door open, and in my head I'm like, dude, did someone fucking break into our apartment? No, that is not what happened. I personally wish it was a person that broke in instead of the fucking outcome that it was. It was my friend, she was staring down the hallway, pitch black darkness, because this was almost 3 a.m, aka the witching hour, for those who believe in that. Instead of closing her door, she bolts her fucking scrawny ass down the hallway, and she turns on the fucking light, and she's like, Heather, get in here, get scrunchies. And now I was getting kind of concerned because she was asking me to get Scrunchy out of the room when he was like busy playing on his Nintendo Switch. I follow my friend down the hallway and there it fucking was. All the fucking cabinets were just wide open. No one left him there. I never heard my friend or my ex at the time. No one had left the rooms to do that. It's just fucking crazy because, like, I had went to my room after getting a fucking snack at, like, 2 a.m. and not even an hour later, the fucking cabinets, the drawers, everything was just fucking open. How do you explain that? So, I had a plan. I had asked my ex at the time if we could, like, drive in his car to go to the store, because before COVID, this was around the time when grocery stores were still open, like, 24/7, so we could, like, waltz in there at 3 a.m. if we wanted. So, set my computer up, because at the time I had a laptop, turned on the fucking recording button, pressed that shit, turned off the lights, and we recorded that shit and left for like 35 minutes. It was like wild. Left it recording. The shit that I caught not even 6 minutes into this recording still haunts me to this day. We came back, nothing was out of the ordinary in that apartment, nothing was knocked over. My friend had just like 3 cats, so like, but they have like little jingly bells on. You can hear them throughout the recording that we listened to. Not even 6 minutes after you hear my friend lock the apartment door and we're gone, we're out walking to the car, you can hear the cats freaking out in the audio. And again, it was kind of pitch black. We didn't leave a light on. If you do a lot of ghost hunting or whatever, you'll know that pitch black darkness is the like more activity happens. Not even 6 minutes in, the cats are freaking out, and we hear this, "Hey, get the fuck out." Followed by an unexplained bang. There was nothing out of the ordinary misplaced. There was nothing. Like, why was there an unexplained bang? It's as if the cats were running around and running away from something in the audio that I recorded, and they just slammed into a wall or something. It was very concerning because the cats looked a little ruffled up or whatever when we got back. Like, one of them kind of looked a little spooked. I told myself, okay, that's it. I'm not moving back to my parents because I don't want to deal with arguing with my mom and dad anymore. I want to get along with my parents, not banter back and forth with them. I'll stick around. We'll see how long I can last in here. May God protect me. I've got the power of God and art on my side. That'll be great, right? Yeah? This plays a part in the story. And I shouldn't really be having this anymore, honestly. There was an instance where my friend went outdoor dashing with one of her friends, and my ex, Scrunchy, and I were just chilling playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, because that's around the time when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out. My ukulele was like leaning up against a wall in the living room while I was sitting in my I was laying in my bed with my ex. And all we hear from the living room is, my bird is actually freaked out about this ukulele, and I can't tell if it's because she's afraid of it because it's big and creepy looking, or if it's because she actually senses something from this story. While me and Scrunchy were playing Pokemon Sword and Shield on our Switches, all we hear from the fucking living room is, now, when I do this sound, it's not gonna sound right unless I edit the video. So I'll do it once of what I'm doing versus what we heard in the living room. So this is the non-edited version of if you were to tap a ukulele. You can hear the tap, but you can also hear like a resonant sound coming from it. I'm gonna see if I can actually like tap again and then do an edited version of it. So when I tap, you're gonna hear probably not the tap part, but like the music coming from the ukulele. There's no other way to make that sound unless you tap on it with your finger. So, imagine you hear that sound minus the tap, and you're literally alone, and no one's in the fucking living room except for your ukulele and 3 fuck-ass cats. Who's making that sound? So I tell Scrunchy, I'm like, do you hear that? And he's like, no, what? And I'm like, shh, it's my ukulele. Why is that sounding like it's strumming? And he stops what he's fucking doing because he's starting to hear it. He's like, it's probably the cat. And I'm like, bitch, for real, a cat isn't gonna make a fucking ukulele make a sound unless they knock it over. So he gets up to go investigate because I'm too scared. I've seen too many horror movies. I am not about to get up and check the fucking ukulele to see what the hell is going on. He gets up, goes in the hallway. He goes to check right away. And then I hear him stop and he goes, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, it's strumming right in front of me. And I hear it. I literally hear it from the bedroom. And I'm like, what do you mean? Where are you? He's like, I'm looking right at it at the end of the hallway. And it's like, kind of like across the room from him. And I'm like, where are the cats? And he says, well, the cats are literally on the couch and one of them's on the cat tower. And I'm like, no fucking way, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't live there anymore, but like, I moved out. My mom and dad bought me my place and I live in a trailer now. But like, before I moved the fuck out of there were 2 more instances where I would wake up because I would hear my ex be like, it's Bab, like in my ear, like he used to do that. We used to do that back and forth, like, hey Bab, it's Bab, but like we talk like little dweebs to each other. And I woke up and I turned around because I heard him say, is Bab. I turn around and he's not fucking there. And I go and I tell him, I'm like, Scrunchy? And he calls to me from the living room. He's like, yeah? And I'm like, were you just saying is Bab? He's like, no. And I'm like, you weren't in here? He's like, no, I've been in the living room. And I'm like, what? How long have you been in there? He's like, I've been in here since 7. And I said, what time is it? 11. Huh? Oh yeah, let's not forget my ex also saw a black orb on the curtain before. I don't live there anymore. There were a lot of instances when I first tried to like pack my shit and move. I was very scared to bring my ukulele with me because with stories like this, you're not really supposed to bring things with you that have like spiritual attachments because you could take it with you. But I think I'm good. I haven't heard or seen anything in my house that I'm in right now, so I think I'm chill. If not, I'll do some cleansing, but like I haven't had to. I don't feel like I'm uncomfortable because in that apartment I felt like I had eyes on me 24/7 at night, especially. Like it was really bad. So yeah, if you're a firm believer in spiritual shit and hauntings, I got your back. Again, thank you for the support. I normally don't post videos like this, but I really wanted to share my experience because this is something that still creeps me out to this day, like years later, and I really wanted to get this interesting story out there. Thank you. Feather Sketch Flock, Feather Sketch Creations out.